Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us see how to import some data into this Databricks. Then we're gonna even see how to analyze our data. So for currently, I want to just display whatever the content which is present in that data. That's it. I don't want to do a depth analysis right now. So in order to put some data into it, I'm just clicking on create a table. By using this option, you can able to put simply a file into this and create some tables. Whereas this option, that is you can able to create pipeline in real time. You might have pipelines like in AWS. If you consider AWS, then there you have the pipelines with, we have Kinesis. Similarly, we have multiple services are there for streaming our data. So from there, you can able to create a pipeline here and you can able to get the data from there to here, and then you can able to get the data to here, and then you can able to write the script in Python or SQL or Scala or R language based on your preference, and you can able to analyze that data. So now let's upload some data and create a table. So that's why I'm clicking on create table. Here you can simply drag and drop a file, or you can select where actually your file is. Whether your file is present in Databricks file system target directory, then you can able to provide that location, or you can directly upload your file. Currently, I want to upload a file right now. Now I'm uploading this CSV file to here. You can say just dragging and dropping that to here. Yeah, that is uploaded in this location. In this location, you can able to see that data. Now, so for analyzing this, you can able to first create your user interface, or else create table with user interface, or in order to analyze this data with some code. Here you can see directly you have an option that is create a table in a notebook. By writing some query, you can able to create a, by writing some query, you can able to analyze your data. So here you can see two more options are there. Directly you can able to specify S3 location to upload your data. You just click on it so that you can directly provide AWS Amazon S3 service location in order to provide that data location here as well. That means you can choose your file location, or you can use AWS cloud S3 service to store your data there as well, and you can able to analyze that data from here by using these notebooks. And coming to other services, you can see streaming services will be visible here, like Kinesis, Cassandra, Snowflake, JDBC, Kafka, Redis, and Elasticsearch and MongoDB. You can able to directly create connectivity with them by creating a notebook, by writing a script on your notebook, and you can able to create some connectivity with your files which are present on these sources, and you can able to analyze that by writing some code on your notebook. Now again I'm uploading the file here. Now this file just uploaded here. Now what I'm expecting, I want to analyze this CSV file, right? So for that, now I'm just clicking on create a table in notebook, create table in notebook. Now I'm just clicking on it. So whenever you click on it, then actually it will create you a notebook. Automatically it will create you a notebook. You can see a notebook will be created for me, and this is the active file. Currently whatever the file that we uploaded, that is this. And you can see actively a notebook is created with providing the file location where our file actually present. This is our file, right? Yeah, you can see, you can copy table path, or you can open this in catalog explorer. That is nothing but here you can able to open it. Now if you observe this, this is very simple. First you need to provide the file location. You can see there is a code. What this code is specifying is it was loading the file from this location. This location I was specified here. Then what type of file? So that type is specified here by inside the format. That type is specifying. Then what is the separation between them? So what is the delimiter that separates each and every value? That is comma, that is even provided. Coming to infra schema. So do you want to get the schema? If yes, then you can able to provide true. So if the schema is inferred, then that will be stored under your workspace, that will be stored under your database default location. Actually, that schema will be stored. And you can then utilize that schema in future for further purpose if you want. Currently for this demo, I don't want to save the schema, so that's why I'm writing a false here. And so it is asking you the first row is headers in this file. Yes. In first row, I have headers, so that's why I'm providing a true as the option. Yeah, that's it. Now, if I run this, then what happens is this the 17 lines of code will be worked, and from whatever the details that we provided, that is file location and file format and file header information and delimiter, actually this Spark will read the data and create the data frame of my CSV file and store that inside this variable. Now, whenever you write this display command and providing your data frame, actually whatever the file that you have read, that whole file will be displayed as the output. Now I want to run this. In order to see the data present in my file, I want to run this. So if you run it, it won't run. So the reason behind this, you can check here. There is no compute resource currently attached. You need to attach a compute resource. Okay. Then from where you can create the compute resource, sir? From here. From here, by using this compute option, you can able to create your compute resources under your Databricks. Now, since I am utilizing community edition, they allow me to create a one compute resource. Now I'm just clicking on create compute. Here I'm moving on with the, you can provide your cluster name like however you prefer, and the runtime. So currently I'm moving on with the default runtime. There are ML based specialized runtimes also available. Currently I'm moving on with the default one. And yeah, I'm just clicking on create. So if I click on create, you can see it provides me exactly 15 GB only to use, because since it's a community edition. And if I do not use this compute resource or this cluster for 1 to 2 hours, obviously it becomes ideal. So that also mentioned here. Now I'm clicking on create compute. So whenever you click on create compute, you can say your cluster will started creating. You can see it is creating. If you want to see the status, then, or if you want to see the database connectivity, here your database is uploaded, right? That means you uploaded a file, right? So that related connectivity is visible here. And whatever the running Spark on top of this cluster, whatever the running engine, that configuration visible here under this Spark. And if you see the instance, this is the instance related configuration. Okay. So what are the notebooks that are running on this cluster? Those are visible here, and libraries, you can check with the events, what are happening, and Spark UI. You can see a Spark UI is not available. Currently driver logs or Spark UI master. So currently everything is not there because it's provisioning. So let's wait till it gets provisioned. So whenever it gets, you can see status is still creating. So whenever it get created, then we can able to utilize this cluster inside our notebook, and we can able to run this script on top of this cluster by using the runtime environment that we created, and then we can able to analyze the response. So here we are actually connecting to our file system and we are displaying the content which is present in our file, right? Yes. So now let's wait till this cluster got created. Now you can observe our cluster state is now running. Cluster is running. Cluster running. Now you can see, yeah, currently it is waiting for active compute resource. Here you can able to select, you can able to connect your notebook to the resource that is running. Now I'm just clicking on connect. Here you can see cluster 1 is visible. Now I'm just selecting that. So now it is connecting to that resource. So again it is loading. Yeah, that's okay. Now you can select this cell that you want to run. And now I'm just clicking on run. You can see it is running. So just wait for a moment so that whatever the file present in this location, that is this file, that will be picked and stored as a data frame in this df variable. Then after what happens, we are just displaying the result, right? Yes, we are just displaying the result. So here the table view cannot be found or exist. The reason is we are not inferring any schema. We are not inferring or storing any schema. So that's why that is like this. Okay. Now you might have a question that is, let's say I have uploaded my CSV file from this catalog store or directly from Databricks. I have uploaded. Then by creating a notebook, where our notebook is created in Workspace, I have written the code in order to analyze my file system, and there I have analyzed my file system by using the compute, resource, by creating a compute resource, and we connected whatever the notebook that we created under Workspace with that compute cluster, and we analyzed whatever the data that we uploaded under this catalog, or you can say directly, yeah, here under the catalog, whatever the file that we uploaded, that we analyzed it from here. Now you might have a question, that is how to download the result. You can see whenever you write the display, whenever you write this display, then at the end, you can see at the end you have this option, 100 rows are there, that you can able to download by using this option, that is a download all rows. You just select it or you just click on it, so that you can see your file was just now downloaded. You can open and even see the data present in that. That means you can able to get only that result after analyzing your whole data, and you can able to use it in real time based on your requirement, right? Yes. So now you might also have a question, that is how to delete the data that I have uploaded here, because I obviously have very less amount of space, right? Yes. So that's why I want to remove the data that I have uploaded. So how to delete that? So if you want to delete the data, then simply create a one more cell. So for you to create a cell, in between cells, you will get an option that is a plus. By using that plus, you can able to add the code, or you can able to write some text in between in order to analyze whatever the steps that you are doing with a good documentation. Now here I'm writing the code. So in order to remove the file present in this file store. So what is the file path exactly? If you observe under this tables, here my file is there. So that's why I'm copying the location exactly. Then that location I am providing here. Yeah, that's it. And now just you need to run this so that that will be executed and your file present in that location will be deleted or removed. You can see output is a true. You can reload this. Now, after deleting this, if you try to run the above query, that is previously you have seen the data present in this file, right? Yes. If you try to run it again, then what you will get is you will get an error. That is analysis exception. That is a path does not exist because here we have deleted that file, right? By using this command. So that's why that file is not exist anymore in that location. So that's why you're getting an error. In this way, actually, you can able to upload your data into the catalog. Then you can able to create your own computer cluster and you can able to create your own notebook inside your workspace to analyze your stored data by using the compute cluster inside your workspace notebook. Then you can able to create tables from that data, or then after table creation you can then further query the table data, as well as you can able to do another things, that is writing or doing any other actions from the data as well. Because if you run this, that is if you create a table, then that table will be created under your catalog workspace. You can see under catalog, under data, under this default database, that a table will be created. Okay, now I want to show you that as well. That is directly from here. I want to upload a file and I want to show you how to create a table. So that's why I'm clicking on create table. And if you have multiple cluster, then it might show you like this. Now I'm selecting the topmost one because I only have one cluster. That is the latest one. Now here I'm uploading my file again. Now also I want to create my table by writing some notebook queries by using Python language. So that's why I selected this create table in notebook. And there another script will be generated. You can see that here. And now also you need a compute instance. So that's why I'm connecting with whatever the previous instance that I've created. I think that was stopped because I was ideal for few minutes. So that's why that got stopped. Now I want to create one more, I think so. Yeah, now I'm creating one more cluster. Yeah, so let's wait till this cluster will get created or provisioned. So whenever this gets provisioned, then you can able to use that cluster here and you can able to create that table inside your data catalog default database by using this query. You can see by using this query you can able to create this. A df represents a data frame, where in this data frame variable only you loaded what are the file that you uploaded just now from here, right? Yes. So actually this whole code present where inside your workspace. Let's say if you infer the schema from this, then where the schema will be stored? That schema will be stored under this catalog Hive meta store. Under this only the actually whatever the table schemas that you store, that whole schemas will be stored here. So currently there are no resources, so that's why it was showing you like that. Here you can able to configure your file with other languages like SQL, Scala, or R language as well. So based on your professionality in specific language, you can choose your convenient language. Now you can see our cluster got created successfully. I want to connect to that. So that's why I'm clicking on connect and selecting the cluster that I want to connect. Now I'm running this. So whenever you run this, you can see Our data frame result will be visible now. And under this samples, the sample schema will be stored here. Under this hive, whatever the schema that you info, that data will be stored. You can see here currently info schema is false. So that's why I think here no data will be there. Whereas here the data will be there regarding this. And I want to change this you can see we got the data. So that means this query was run successfully. I want to modify this the first row will be headers. That is, this is the first row, right? Yeah, this is the headers. So like that, I want to specify. So I'm providing a true here. Then I'm just rerunning this cell so that now this first row will be considered as headers. You can see the first row will be taken as headers and the other rows will be considered as columns. And the data schema related stored here. Under this metadata, then if you observe, so we have a lot of data. Okay. Now, yeah, we have just we have just created a data frame from the file location that we provided. That is by uploading a file, we got a file location. From that, we created a data frame and we displayed that data which is present under that data frame. Actually, it has 100 rows. You can able to download it as well, or you can able to refresh it as well. Now, what I'm expecting, I want to create a table, right? Yes, I want to create a table. In order to create a table, you need to run this query. Now I'm running this. You can see now, yeah, this query was run successfully. So that's why tick mark came here. Now, actually, your data is stored in the form of table inside your catalog. You can see under this catalog, previously you would not have any tables. So currently some data is there. Now what I want to query that table what I have created. I have created this table. I want to query this table. So that's why I'm running this. Now you can see whatever the data present in our CSV file, that whole data will get because that whole data stored in this table. So that's why we got that whole data. So again, after storing your data in the form of table, also you can able to download that data from here. Then at last you can able to do some modifications or you can able to perform some actions and get the results as well from that table without modifying your original CSV file. You are now just modifying that table data here. You can see you have the table, right? Yes, that table data you're modifying without any changing your CSV file data. And you can even store your data in the form of park weight. If you store your data in the form of park weight, then what happens is your processing will be faster. Your processing happens faster and you will be charged less because your computation will be less. So that's why you'll be charged less. So this is all about how you can able to upload some files or data into this Databricks and how to analyze that data. That is, you have observed how to upload your data into your data catalog directly. And then you have also observed how to create your instances of clusters under your compute session in this Databricks. You have also observed how to analyze the data present in this data catalog by using the compute instance that we created previously with writing some code in Workspace Notebooks. So what are the code files that you written? Those are all visible under your workspace. You can see under workspace here actually the file. This is the file name, that is this. So here actually you write the code and you're using the compute from here and you are using the storage from this data catalog, and then you are processing that data and you are storing. Here you can see you created a table and you are querying the table, and you can able to analyze that table, and you can able to modify the table, and you can able to even store the table in the form of other efficient formats to charge you less in real time and process the data fast. So this is all about how to upload your data, process your data, as well as analyze your data and download the results in Databricks. I hope you understood this video and you got a good knowledge on this Databricks hands-on lab. That this whole notebook code you can able to write in Python or SQL, Scala or R language, so that you can able to select by selecting here, and you can able to shift with whatever the language that you want to choose, and you can just click on confirm, so that that language script will be created, or you can able to write that language script from then. So, and you can able to run your code from then by using that language. I hope this video is useful to you. If you feel this video is useful, then please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye, guys.